Hello, welcome to the tutorial on how to install SimHERA on your Mac OS computer. Okay, let's get started installing SimHERA on your Mac OS. I'm running Big Sur. This also is similar process for Catalina as well as Monterey. So to start, let's open up the installation instructions on the SimHERA website. Go to the SimHERA website, which you can see here, and then click on the Install v3x tab. And that'll bring up the installation instructions for Windows and Mac, but you can see here it's for Mac. You've already purchased SimHERA. You've provided me with proof of purchase, and I've emailed you the link to download the SimHERA software. So let's go to that link. I've already put it here, and you'll see a little download button into the right. Click on the download and that will download SimHERA. For brevity, I've already downloaded it and it will be located in our downloads folder on this computer. So I'm just going to go to Finder and go to New Finder window and then click on Downloads. And there it is there. That's the installer. It's a zip file, so you need to double click that and that will unzip the application, which you see here. Next step, go ahead and click on the installer and you'll find that it comes up maybe with an error saying cannot be opened because developer cannot be verified. This is a security setting in Mac to reduce the occurrence of users potentially downloading and installing malware. So this is not malware, and we just need to install this through changing some settings in the security and privacy. So go to your settings and go to your security and privacy, which will show here, and you will see that allow apps downloaded from anywhere is not shown here. So we'll just go ahead and cancel. When you cancel that little button, sometimes Mac, depending on your operating system, will say open anyway. And in this case, we can do that. So we'll just go ahead and open anyway. And it says again, cannot be verified, but you can click on the open and that will open up the SimHERA installer. Give it a minute to load up the files and then you'll be requested to put in your administrative password. Okay, there it is, requesting for the administrator password. If you do not have this, please get that from whoever installed your software on your computer and click OK. And then follow the online instructions for the SimHERA installer. Click Next. For Mac users, do not change this. This is the default application folder that needs to be there to run SimHERA. So keep it here. Click Next. Again, keep the same runtime library folder. I've already installed SimHERA and downloaded the MATLAB runtime libraries, so this installation process will go rather quickly. If you haven't already installed and downloaded the V98 MATLAB runtime libraries, this will automatically do that, but it'll take some time for that download to happen. So my download instantly happened, and then we click Finish. So installation of SimHERA has been done, so we can minimize that. Now we need to go into that Applications, UBC, SimHERA 2021 V33 application folder where SimHERA was installed. Now we're going to need to run this the first time to pop up a window for activating SimHERA and creating a license file. So double click on that and give it a minute to load. All right, that will pop up the SimHERA activation and licensing. You've already purchased SimHERA, so you don't need to click on the purchase. If you have an email software already installed on your Mac, you can simply click on this email button. That will email me the information of your computer code. On my particular Mac, I do not have a software installed. I go by webmail. So if you use webmail, what you'll need to do is just copy those 2 4-digit numbers and send that to me, along with your SimHERA ID, which you would have received from me or your instructor. So when you email that to me, I will create an activation code and a password, and I'll send that back to you. And we will enter in the activation code in this box here. So we just go and copy and paste over that activation code that I sent to you, and we click on Activate. You'll be required to enter your password. Please get this correct. If you don't enter your correct password, it will say license isn't valid, and you will need to go through this procedure again. So enter the password, and I obviously entered it incorrectly. As you can see, there is a internet license does not exist, and the computer code does match this one, so it's most likely that I entered my password incorrectly. So we'll just click on OK, OK, OK. A start button will show up. You can go ahead and give it another try to open up SimHERA. If your password's still not working, then there's something happened either with the file, license file not being able to be saved into this directory, this application directory, or that the password is incorrect. So just email me back and we can check on that. So SimHERA won't start because it's had an invalid password. So what we need to do is just double click on SimHERA again and let it start up. Might take a minute. Okay, so there's the password window again. Let's see if I entered it incorrectly this time. And yes, I did. And it'll start up SimHERA. Give it a minute depending on your system. I'm just going to minimize or get rid of this user guide. Then read this. In the next pop-up window, select a writable folder to save the SimHERA files to. Remember, it has to be something that you have permission to save files into. So click OK. Now, if you haven't already done this, what I recommend, you go to Desktop or Documents. Let's go into Documents, and then we're going to add a new folder. So click on New Folder, and we will go to SimHERA. We'll call it Data, or you can call it Docs, whatever you like. Just something that you know that that's your folder that you're going to be saving all of your SimHERA documents and data into. And then click Open, and it's going to start up SimHERA. So while that's doing that, we'll go back to Finder. We'll go New Finder window. We'll go to Documents, and then we'll open up SimHERA Docs. This is where you're going to find all of your data as well as your saved reports. So it's a good thing just to have that open. SimHERA might take a few minutes to open up here. And you can see that there was an error for checking updates. Now you can check for updates, but in some operating systems, they don't allow the third-party software to access the internet through the means that is required for checking updates. So unfortunately, I will just be sending out an email reminder to your instructors or to yourself about new updates. For some of you, that will work. For others, depending on your Mac operating system, I apologize for the security settings that Mac does. There isn't really a way to circumvent that right now, but maybe future versions we can figure out how to do that. So now you have SimHERA up and running, and you can go ahead and review the other tutorials that are on the SimHERA webpage, which will be more and more will be coming up, but just click on the Tutorials tab and you will see more information about how to do SimHERA walkthroughs, as well as installation and patient setup, and other tutorials on how to run different evoked response as well as behavioral testing. All right, now that we have SimHERA up and running and installed that way, I'm going to go back and I'm going to show you how to turn on the settings from anywhere in case. So if we go back to security and privacy, so back into your settings, security and privacy, if you do not see that open SimHERA, here is how to circumvent that. So what we're going to need to do is find a terminal. If you can't find your terminal, go to your launch pad and type in here terminal, and you'll see it come up. We click on terminal here, and then we're going to enter in a couple codes into that terminal, and that's going to allow us to turn this allow apps downloaded from anywhere. Okay, so we go into the terminal, and here are the two commands. So to allow third-party installation, we're going to copy over this command here. Now you need to have your administrative password. So this is a super user. We copy and paste into there, and then we enter in our password. Okay. We're going to go back to security and settings. We're going to go backwards, and then we're going to go forwards. And now you'll see the option that says anywhere. If it's not selected, click on your authenticating button here, and again, enter in your administrative password, and then you can select from anywhere. Once you do that, you can then go back and install SimHERA. So you go back to your documents, your downloads, and then you click on your installer, and that will install SimHERA. And it should not pop up with that error saying unverified software developer. It should just go straight into installing SimHERA. So that is another way to circumvent the security issues for installing a known software that you want to install. And again, it'll ask you for your administrative password, and then there you go. The installer has started up. Once you have done this installation, I highly recommend that you go back and you select apps from identified users or even App Store, because the Anywhere will allow potential malware to be installed by users who might not be fully aware of what they are downloading and installing. And then you click the lock. So now we're back to being locked. If you want to remove the Anywhere from that, in case someone knows the super user password and wants to do the Anywhere and you want to lock out your system, we'll just go back to this. Now this will deny or disable that Anywhere. So we go back to here, we say master enable, and now we'll just reset that security privacy, and you can see the Anywhere option is now missing. So that's another way to get around the security settings and install SimHERA and then reset it back to being a more secure operating system. Thank you for your time for watching this video, and I hope you got SimHERA installed with ease on your Mac OS computer. If you didn't, please feel free to email me directly at aherdman@audiospeech.ubc.ca. Have fun learning, and I'll see you next time.